Okay, I see a question here. How have you handled rejection? Hey, Sterling, rejection is part of life. Rejection is part of, there's no way you're ever going to go and there's no rejection. If it is rejection in terms of sales and in terms of people not buying, you just have to get a hard skin and understand that it takes people eight pieces of connection 8 times before they buy. So I learned long time ago that if somebody says no to me the first time, that doesn't mean it's the end of it. That means that that's 1 down, 7 to go. That means I'm going to follow up like crazy. Okay, I'm going to follow up like crazy. I am going to go the second time, the third time, the fourth time. By the 5th time, number one, they will have gotten, they'll be respecting me a bit more because of my persistence, but also I would be learning from something called feedback. Then I'll know how to continue approaching. Until somebody's so pissed off with me, and they don't want to talk to me, not only have I done, if I haven't done 8 times of connection, I am going nowhere. Because I know that sometimes people, especially if I know that somebody could benefit from my service, I'm not going to go anywhere until they buy. Okay, so some of you will know, unless they unsubscribe or whatever, I'm going to continue coming until you say, okay, I'm done. And if you're done, you unsubscribe. Usually when people say no, it is either they're not ready, or the fact that I have not communicated well enough, or that I just have to find a different way. I never ever take it personal. It's never personal, and you must grow that kind of skin, especially if you know that what you're selling them will help them to be better human beings. So rejection is part of it, guys. Out of 100 people you speak to, there's only, and this is a statistic I want you guys to have, there's only ever 3% of people who want to buy at any one time. Out of 100 people, there's only 3% at any one time who are ready to buy it there and then. So the rest of them need some nurturing, some relationship building, some making sure that they begin to trust you. All right, so it's just one of those. All right, so I hope that helps you, Stalin. How do you decide your pricing? On value. You decide on value, not on time or anything. I gave you an example the other time, if you remember. I said to you that if you're doing a session, a counseling session for somebody, and it's going to help them to change their lives or get a better job, how much can you charge for that? There is no, you can't quantify it. So you charge according to value. I say to you guys that every one of you on here must have a program that is, between $1,000 to $3,000. Because if you do as I request, challenge, and suggest, and you produce some amazing stuff that gives people personal transformation, then the value becomes irrelevant. If you give them an irresistible offer, the value becomes irrelevant. Okay, if I know, for example, I know that if you come in this course, I know that if you follow through, I know that if you implement, you're going to be making, $5,000-$10,000 a month in the near future, very, very soon. So how much should I charge you? Should I charge you 5K? Should I charge you 10K? So according to the value that I'm going to bring you, I'm going to charge you 2K, because I know that it is going to pay for itself 10 times more. So your value and what you bring to the table is what determines how much you charge. It's not hourly. Hourly charging is for amateurs. You charge according to the value. Now, if, like I said, you bring amazing value, you give people feedback, breakthroughs, you give people transformation, you're going to get paid accordingly. So follow up on Sonia's question, how do you know your worth? Pipeline of 30 to 50 organizations seems rather huge on the African continent. Also, how to build relationship with all these organizations. Get to work, my friend. Get to work. Close your door, switch your phone off, and work. If you think that 30 to 50 organizations is rather huge on the African continent, you haven't even started working yet, my friend. You haven't started working yet. In South Africa alone, you can't tell me that there is not 30 to 50 organizations. Come on. If in Uganda there are, if in Kenya there are, Tanzania there, how about South Africa? Okay, you can't tell me. If I was in your niche, I would find. I would definitely find them. How do you know your worth? What does your product get in terms of value? Well, if you say so, there's what's his name? Cobus has got a client who is selling, what are they selling? They're selling not physical therapy or something. Anyway, there's a client that we're working with, and they have a list of the top 100 that they're going after, of organizations that are either in manufacturing or depending on your niche and depending on what you are, where you've decided to go. But if you are in the consulting leadership side of things, let me just do a quick search here.
Coach, can I maybe come in there? Because I worked for an organization that did leadership coaching to business in South Africa. And there's much more than 30 to 50 organizations. Our pipeline list was huge. Just get on LinkedIn. Just get on LinkedIn.
Thank you for that. Needless for me to say anything else, just here, top 100 companies in South Africa. I've just Googled just now. There is, when you Google the top 100 companies in South Africa, you get about 3 billion results. 3 billion. So if in your mind, you're saying it is different, if in your mind you're saying it is rather, it is rather huge or whatever, first of all, I would say, get out of that funk, my friend. Okay, get to work. Get to fucking work. Okay, stop giving yourself these excuses. Let me just show you. And this is what differentiates me from other people. I tell you the way it is, because I know how easy it is for you to quickly give yourself excuses. Okay, it doesn't matter what realm you're in. It doesn't matter. Okay, and Sterling, we got to get serious here. Look, the top 100 companies in South Africa. This is what I just get. What result do you have there? Okay, in 8 years, there's 3 billion results. Okay, now I don't know where you are and what it is that you're looking for, but top 100 companies in South Africa. Okay, Sunday Times. If I go for this, for example, okay, there you go. Renewables, Anglo, African, Transaction, Data, BHP, all these guys, all of them, okay, are there for you to then go in and say, okay, which ones of these can I sell to some leadership or coaching? Okay, let us even niche it down. Let us niche it down and say, let us say we're looking for top 100 small to medium enterprises in South Africa. Again, how many results? 9 million results. Watch list, 50 top South African small businesses to watch. Okay, top 500 elite. The top 100 companies in South Africa in 2029 arena events. List of companies of South Africa. I look at 40. So I would rather you ask a different question rather than say it is different. Ask yourself, how can I be different? How can I tap into this? How can I? That is a better mindset to come from. Okay, you need to come on because we need to take this off here so we can have a real. There's something else there. Why would you think that it is rather too much, rather huge on the African continent, dude? Hey, okay. Somebody, anybody else has got a question, comment, observation, anything that you might want to ask?
Coach, can we maybe talk about that? Because that South Africa is very different. Maybe we can talk about that because okay. I know that same organization that I worked for. I worked in education, and I know that South Africa is different. That type of thinking is not helpful, and it's not the truth. But it was very, very difficult because I often found myself like, no, education doesn't have money. No, education doesn't have money. And then I go and spend more than what our program cost on a motivational speaker. And our program was like a 3-year program for less money. So you hear what I'm saying? So the money is there, but we keep on telling ourselves it isn't there, even though I know that it's wrong, the money is there. But you keep on giving yourself that excuse.
Yes.
So how do you get out of that?
Okay, I think that yesterday I touched on that. Okay, if you're talking to a human resource manager who does not have a problem, who doesn't feel the pain, and or you're going for people who don't know how to coach, I'll give you a great example. The companies initially, for example, when I used to be when I used to only operate in Uganda, the government has most of the money, quotes, okay, most of. But if you go for government organizations, they're tough, man. I did a job for a ministry, and when I did it such a long time ago, it's about 10 years ago, I did a job for a ministry. I did not know that for me to get paid, I had to bribe somebody. I had to kind of pay some people off. So for about a month after I'd done the job, I was driving to the ministry to try and get my money consistently over and over again. By the time somebody told me that, dude, you're wasting time, you need to get, behind somebody to pay you, I had used up so much of my own time and money that whatever they were paying me was useless. Now, I had to then decide that I will not do government-related work at all, regardless, because it's not worth it for me. Now, when you speak to other people, there are certain people who have figured out how to get paid by government because they know how to play the game of the backhand to pay somebody to get their stuff through. I would rather be open and put it out there and say, you get a commission for giving me this job. However, I will not do government work. Yes, call it non-patriotic, but I know how frustrating it is. So what I do is, if I'm going to do government work, it's going to be free. I'm going to say I'm doing a leadership course for these people. If they want to come, let them come. Now, when we go to the next level of you as a consultant, speaker, trainer, your niche must have today's lesson. You're going to see in today's lesson. I'm glad you guys have asked this. You must look for a niche that is, number one, profitable. Number two, easy to get to. Number three, you know where to find them. Number four, you can vividly define their pain point. There is no organization that has got no money to solve a profit problem. It doesn't exist. You just have to find a way for you to present yourself in such a way that your preposition gets to, it's like one of the things that we used to say in sales is you got to kick them in the wound. If somebody has got a wound and you're kicking it, it's painful. Then they're going to want to take action. So if you say that people are always going to say, oh, we don't have money for this. And then they throw an amazing party at the end of the year. Now, they do that because the people who are throwing the party are not necessarily closer to the ground of knowing, dude, we're going to be out of business next year. So if you're speaking to the wrong people, yes, but also the priorities are different. If you go to an SME that wants to take market leadership and or has a leader who really wants to make a difference and is hungry and wants to be one who has impact in society, then you have somebody who's going to pay. And that was my criteria. I stopped doing government work. And if I went into an organization and I said, I'm here for a meeting about your culture change, and they say, okay, I would ask who's going to attend the meeting. They tell me the human resource manager, the finance guy. And if the leader, the CEO is not part of the meeting, I don't do the job, because I know that if he doesn't think it's important, then they're not going to pay. Those are the companies who end up doing great things for, actually, I'll give you a great example. There's a company that was recently had a lot of money from USAID, and they closed them down because of, I got to be careful how I say this, but they closed them down when Trump came into power. He cracked down on a lot of money from USAID because he knows that most of the money that comes to the African continent was not being used properly. Now, this company calls me because they wanted to pivot they wanted to stop depending on aid, and they wanted to go and start doing their own thing. So to bring entrepreneurship into an NGO, non-government organization. So when they call me in, I say, fantastic. I say, okay, I want to speak with the CEO to know that this is going to work. Oh, she's not around. I say, when she becomes available, I'll come and we talk. Other than that, I'm not going to do it. Now, there's two things on my side. Number one, their board of governors knew me, and I was the only person they trusted to do the job. That was very crucial. Number two, I had done it somewhere before, so they also knew that I have a track record. So I had two things on my side, which gave me an advantage. Anyway, The first time I went, she didn't attend. I said, when she's ready, you call me. The second time I went, she made time. We had a great conversation. The third time I went, I got to realize that her agenda was different from the agenda of everybody. Long story short, that company was closed down. USAID pulled the, USAID was giving them about $6 million per quarter. USAID pulled that money from them because the leaders had a different agenda. Those are the guys who are throwing, but these guys used to, they used to throw some amazing events in town of bringing people together and doing stuff together. When I gave them my bill, they said, oh, that is too expensive. I said, oh, really? So in today's lesson, which I'm going to explain to you guys shortly, the niche picking is so crucial. I cannot emphasize it. The people you decide you're going to serve is so crucial to your success. Every person who comes into me and they're struggling with client acquisition or struggling with turning client or strangers into clients or attracting clients or attracting the wrong clients, it's always a niche problem. They have not defined their niche very well. Most importantly, not only defined, they have not been honest with themselves to say, can I really serve? And this happens especially when you're starting. When you're starting, it is hard because you want to get all the breadcrumbs that you can. But guys, I'll tell you, if you ever do a session with people who are not committed, it is tough, man. It is tough. The days when I started off, when I was, still scrambling, you do a session, the leader is not there, guys are reading newspapers and you're attempting to change their lives. You guys have no idea you're standing in front of 100 people and 3 of them don't think it's important and they're reading newspapers. Now you think about nightmare for a speaker where you're attempting to serve people and they don't give a damn. Now, if the leader is not there, it's even worse. So when you're picking, and that is where I began to refine, I said, no, I'll only do it. And you know what happens, especially with I think 1 or 2 or 3 of you guys will be doing this. There are sessions which are called prisoner sessions, where the HR says, oh, guys, you have a session tomorrow by Sonia, and she's going to teach you about personal branding. And all of you must attend. Now, number one, all of you must attend. Guys are like, what the hell? Why personal branding? What is in it for us? Why should we even attend? But remember, the human resource manager needs to tick off that, guess what? We did a personal branding thing. There's a person in finance who doesn't want personal branding, but they're being sent to you. Now, your job is to attempt to sell them. That is what I call a nightmare situation. Now, if you have practiced enough and you're good and you get the skills that to teach in public speaking, you'll be able to give them a reason to listen to you. If you're not, the morning is hard, they'll come late, they will give excuses, they'll be howling at you, they will go to the toilet 10,000 times, they'll ask for cigarette breaks, they'll be asking, what time do we finish? Now, if you progress, especially if you get today's present, you get to that level where it doesn't matter if they send you prisoners, you turn them around by following a certain process that turns them into great listeners. So to go back to what you were saying, Lorraine, you must find people who really, really want something that you have. Don't dare try to sell snow to an Eskimo. It's going to be hard. But also remember that commerce and entrepreneurship is what drives South Africa. Commerce, entrepreneurship, and the small business guys are the guys who drive the economy. Your job is to pinpoint who are hungry, who want to make a difference, who want to go to the next level. I've told you guys before, my greatest success was with Total in France, okay? And it started with one guy, okay? And that opened up doors for me to be their #1 consultant across the continent, even outside of the continent. But that one guy was so hungry because he wanted to prove that Black people can do something. And I got him to elevate to the next level where he was like, everyone was looking to say, what is this guy doing? And all I did was to get him to have self-esteem and confidence on top of working harder than anybody else. This guy would work 14, 15 hours a day. every day, including Sunday. He took one holiday in the whole year, and that was the last week of November, where he flew to Canada for his children. And he did that for 7 years. The result of that is that now he has been appointed as one of the top guys in Paris. I hope that gives you some perspective, Stalin. I hope that that gets all of you guys to understand that if you're trying to sell stuff to people who don't see or who don't have a real desire, then you're wasting time. That's why you always have to turn around and do what we call magnetic pull, magnetic marketing, where you are pulling people towards you, where people are looking for you because they've heard that you do an amazing job, or they have seen something and they're like, you know what, we want to talk to this guy. And that is done by all the things that I've been sharing with you here. Get attention, serve them with value, nurture those relationships, show them that you can, give them some testimonials, go the extra mile, be in their face 24/7. And then before you know it, they're like, we want to speak to this guy. That's what it takes. Okay. And yesterday I was telling you guys about performance and about hard work and about optimization. How many hours are you working? How much are you putting in? You're competing with, for example, Sterling, you're almost, I might say we're not very far away in terms of age. You're competing with a Hassan. You're competing with some kid who doesn't have a family, doesn't have anything to worry about, just wakes up, sits on their cigarette and coffee in a garage and just works. You got life, you got children, you got a wife, you got to deal with relatives, you got to deal with all this stuff. It's only in Africa that we have all these relatives to deal with. I know somebody who left their country. They left their country, which is South Africa, and moved to Canada as a consultant. And now they're killing it because they don't have all the baggage. They don't have relatives calling them nothing. They wake up, they go to their desk, they work, they finish work, they go to the gym, they come back, they work, they sleep. Doesn't have a girlfriend, doesn't have a boyfriend, nothing. Now, do they have an unfair advantage? Certainly, but they're hungry. They're hungry for success. So sometimes it also depends on how much you want it, how bad you want it. Okay. Question. Any other question, comment, observation? I need to share with you today because the timing. Because of the timing, I need to teach quicker, and then we get up. But I'll answer questions as well because sometimes those are important to deal with. Any question, comment, observation? Sterling, we are going to work on a list together. Me and you, we are going to get 50 people. I'm going to give you a way to go after these people, how to write to them, how to connect with them, how to go after them. Okay, 50 is small, my friend, because if you're sending out 50 letters, communications every month, 3% of those every month is ready. What is 3% of 50? Okay, that means you get maybe what, 2-3 clients every month. Now, if they're the big clients, because for me that used to be my goal. If I can get a $10,000 client every month, I'm good. That means $120,000 a year. Now, plus all the other things that you could do, you're good to go. But it takes hard work, man. And now I noticed that every time I send a proposal, there's 4 other freaking proposals. So they always tell you, oh, we shall be considering somebody else. Get out of here. Now I position myself as I am the only expert. That's why I go through the CEO. So it is much more of, we got to use this guy. Now, to get to that level, you have to really work hard to provide an amazing service. And it takes time. But I'll tell you guys, there's something amazing. When you give your all, when you work hard for your client, when you focus on just results for your clients, guys, it turns around in such an amazing way. It's unbelievable. You just got to focus on giving great results. You'll be surprised. You will stop asking, certain things, because every day you're so busy serving your clients and bringing in more, serving more and bringing in more. Before you know it, it is too much. Okay, any other question? Jen Francis, hello. Do you have anything you might want to ask? Richard Dost, any questions, comments, observations, anything you might want to know before we do some teaching? Okay, can I teach? not teach. No, not teach. Can I share some stuff with you guys? Hello. Say yes in the chat box so I know that I have your permission. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Let's go. It's going to be a quick one, but it's going to be amazing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you. Okay, let's take that away. The best 6 to 7 figure niches for 2020, 2022. And this is handy, okay? This is handy because of what you've been asking. But I also want to just prepare you guys to have a better year, okay? I want to give you as much as possible for you to succeed next year. So I'm going to be discussing what to avoid, what to do, what to listen to, how to make 2020 an even better year for you. And yes, everything I share with you is something that I've done. And yes, I've been searching for the gold like you are. And it all starts with this simple concept. Stalin, find pain or what they want, and you are the solution, period. Okay? It all starts with one decision. Not all niches are profitable, guys. Not all niches are going to be profitable. And this is where you become, by the way, when I give you the 100 hit list, ultimately, eventually, you're going to bring that down to 50. And you're going to concentrate on just those 50 because out of those 50, you get one good client and they become $1 million client for you because they'll be paying you $30,000. But you must understand that some niches are profitable, some are not. Now, you also must decide, and yes, I know some of you guys here are in the category of, oh my God, I just want to serve and, it's just my passion and the money is not important. I told you guys the other time, okay? If you think money is not important, guess what? You're going to struggle. You must decide between corporate social responsibility and your passion versus profit, money, and making a difference. You make a bigger difference when you're making money, guys. You make a bigger difference when you are making money. Joyce Meyer said that I need the jet to be able to pack the 1 million books, which I go and give out to schools which don't have books. I cannot get to those schools if I didn't have a jet. You cannot sustain your message if you're broke. So you must decide from day one in your business that, you know what, I'm going to make money so that I can make a bigger difference. But I also want to challenge you guys. Please do not open up small, simple, cheap stuff things, okay? I want you guys to dream bigger. I want you to put up a goal of stuff that you have never even dreamt of, that you think is impossible. I want you to start there because there's something amazing that happens to this mind. When you stretch it, it can never go back. But a person who's building a small house in the village, a hut, and a person who's building a cathedral, the way they work is totally different, guys. When a person is building a small house, the way they build it, the way they plan is totally different from when a person is building a cathedral. Therefore, you must set out to be the best, to have the most money, to have the greatest group, whatever it is, you must start with that now, guys. So let me start off by saying this is not your niche, okay? This is...
Coach, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was muted for a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Health is not your niche. NLP is not your niche. Motivating people is not your niche. Don't go around saying, my niche is, I'm a motivation speaker. That's bullshit. Okay? Who you are trained by is not your niche. Oh, I am a John Maxwell trainer. Who cares? What method you use is not your niche. Oh, I am a hypnotherapist who uses timeline therapy to cure. No. Mindset is not your niche. Okay? Your story is not your niche. People don't care about that stuff. You are not your niche. Drop your freaking ego. I had to learn this big time. I dropped my ego and my money went through the roof. Okay? Root cause problems are not your niche. Okay? Your niche, guys, your niche is a group of people with a current problem, i.e. root cause, and a desired situation which you can deliver. Say that again. Your niche is a group of people, a group of companies with a problem, Stalin, and a desired situation which you can deliver. Amber, your niche is a group of people with a problem, i.e. finance problem, who want to get out of their financial challenges using your method. That is your niche. Your niche is not, I'm a finance consultant. No, that niche doesn't exist. And this is where most people are getting it wrong. So I am in a good mood. So I'm going to help you out and give you something called the TMS, Target Market Statement. This helps you to define your niche. And if you guys don't have it, I'm going to suggest that you get it. Okay, and what does it say? I help Dash to get whatever desire without that, so that they can get whatever result they want, i.e. desired situation, using your method. I'll give you a quick example. Let us say I'm in nutrition. Okay, I help new mothers to lose all the baby fat without complicated diets, so that they can feel sexy using my intermittent fasting method. Now, you see what I've done there? I am very clear. I help new mothers lose all the baby fat without complicated diets. Now, the reason that without is crucial is because people are inherently lazy. Everyone wants a quick result. So if you can tell them that you will get them something without something, whoa, that is going to get them going. Okay, let me give you another one. I help, let me see, I don't know, I think, okay, we can do a leadership one. Okay, I help new managers to get the best out of their teams without using PIP, so that they can inspire great results using my 4-step method. Okay, that is something that I would use. So I have made it very clear who I help, what they get, what they without what, and most importantly, what I'm going to use. Now, my 4-step method could be part of my course. My intermittent fasting could be part of my course. So whatever you use at the end there is just part of your course. All right. So let us go. Always does that. Okay, what I want you guys to be aware of is what we call the black crab mentality syndrome. Do you guys know what black crabs are and their mentality syndrome? Who's heard about that? In fact, let me first.
The crabs that pull the people down, or pull each other down.
Explain so everybody can understand it. What is the black crab mentality, guys?
The black crab mentality is basically not allowing the others to get out of maybe a hole or whatever situation they are in. Always pulls them down.
Yeah, Amber, you're a real finance guy. Yeah, you do things precisely to the point. You don't you don't go into fluff. The black crabs have got a mentality. Put black crabs in a bucket somewhere, and they know that if we climb and get out of here, we'll be able to survive and or do what. However, every time one of them tries to climb up, the others bring them down, because they think that together they will survive. But guess what? Because they are doing the same thing together, they're going to die together, because they are starving together, because they won't allow anybody to get out together. So black crab mentality is just that mentality which says, hey, we're going to do what everybody else does. Okay, so that is what I call, you must get out of the black crab mentality. All right, and let me explain, please, if you'll allow me. How does it work? The black crab mentality is where everybody is doing mindset now. Everybody's coming up with their own coaching, I coach on things like vague niches. People come up with niches of farmers who don't know how to use something. They reclaim, somebody who says, I want to help you reclaim your femininity. What does it mean? Okay, because what you must understand, that there's nobody who goes online and types in, I am looking to reclaim my femininity. That language is just for coaches and people who understand what they studied or stuff like that. But nobody goes on to say, I want to rediscover my inner power. What is that? Okay, somebody is somewhere dying of they're broke, they're in pain. They don't go in to say, how do I discover my inner power? No, they're saying, how do I make money right now? Okay, everybody's doing this goal setting thing right now. Okay, and you guys just watch. Okay, around this time, and the whole January, everybody's going to be doing goal setting session, the next goal setting session. Hey, forget about all that, because that puts you in the crowd. That doesn't give you an edge. Okay. And then COVID reset, I was part of it. Okay. But guess what? Now that is gone. Okay. Everybody's like, okay, it is here. So what do we do next? All right. So that is why I want you guys to focus on what we call the blue ocean jackpot. Stalin, this is very important for us. Whatever you think about, ask yourself one question: results. What result can I get my people? When Lorraine, you're thinking about your writing, what is the end result when you do an amazing job for somebody? It is not, I will structure your writing in such a way that it is beautiful. No. When I do the writing for you, not only will you get people to read it more, you will get more subscribers. I'll take the pain out for you. Most importantly, you will make more money. Everybody is focused on getting a result, and that is what it is. Okay. Yes, somebody, people might say, oh, I'm looking for a writer, but I'm not sure what I want. Oh, what would you like? Would you like easy to read stuff? Would you like somebody to do your editing for your book? Would you like to spend more time working on the content of the book so somebody does all the editing, so that you take the pain out of whatever they're looking for? Number two, people who are making a lot of money in this business are looking for real problems. Okay, so you must ask yourself a question: what problems are giving my niche heartburn at night, keeping them awake, sweating kind of thing? What is that one thing that one leader, Starling, one leader is not sleeping, is his wife has thrown him out of the couch because he's too stressed about work? What is that one problem? Okay, easy to pinpoint where these guys are. So don't go looking for a niche where you're looking for a very, very difficult niche to find. No, you need to be able to know that, what, this is where my people are. They're either on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Okay, 90% of your clients are on Facebook. There's no two ways about it. But if you're doing a teenage thing, for example, Lulu, then Instagram is going to be crucial for you. But it must be easy for you to find. Now, Amber, for you, it is much more of, okay, where do most of these people hang out? There's going to be a lot of them on LinkedIn. There's going to be a lot of them on Facebook, but there will be specific places where they're looking for help on Facebook. Okay. It must be profitable. They must be able to buy. Now, half of the people in this group can buy, half of the people cannot buy. Some of you, I am going to follow up like crazy. Some of you, I'm not going to bother follow up because I know you can't buy at the moment. But I know that at a certain stage when you're ready, you'll be able to buy. But I'm not going to go and start advertising this to university students, because there's no university student who's going to have $3,000 to pay for my course. I know it, so I don't bother. Okay, I know one of the people in my mastermind is a guy based in Europe, and he doesn't advertise in Africa. He says Africans can't afford. He says, I don't advertise in third world countries. But he's right. Okay, so you must differentiate yourself, guys. You must differentiate yourself. I don't do short term. I don't do one night stands. I don't do people who just want to come in and get a quick bang. No, I want people who are building long-term businesses for real people with real results, so that they can leave an indelible mark when they go. How do you differentiate yourself in the market? Because everybody's a black crowd. Everybody's coming out with the same thing. That's why, that time one of my clients was telling me, oh, I've copied everything that you're doing. I said, stop it. You can't be me. I want to give you the foundations, but you got to be yourself. Differentiate yourself. Most importantly, juxtapose or say things that are going to annoy all the people who you don't want to serve. Say things that are going to, for example, I don't deal with government, and I will say things that annoy people from government. Why? I don't want them to waste my time. But also that means that the people who are not government get attracted because they know I'm speaking what is true for them. The character of desire to make something happen, okay? If I get you on a strategy call, what I'm looking for is, does this person have a desire to succeed? If you don't, I don't follow through. Okay, and then can fit into your product grid. What do I mean? Can I take you from becoming a coach consultant to becoming a course creator to becoming a world beater? Those are my three things. Can I take you from a person who just wants to be a coach to a person who's going to build organizations that are going to be beyond? I want you to be able to get to that level where, because you're not going to make $1 million out of just being a coach, but you'll make $1 million from producing 3 different products. Can you, when I'm getting you to get in, can you go up that ascension ladder? If you can, then great. So your job is to be asking yourself, when I'm getting these people, what is the end goal? Where can I get them? And do they have the character to get there? When you tick all this off, I'm telling you, you're going to have some amazing clients. Most importantly, you're going to have an amazing year. Okay. And they are distinctively what? Hungry. It's supposed to be. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Number 1, ask yourself, who's your dream customer? And take time, guys. Take time to really write this down. Okay. If you guys are interested, I'll ask Helen or Hassan to share with you the avatar questionnaire. Okay. If you just drop us a line in the chat box, I'll be able to give you that, because it gives you all the questions you need to answer. Number 2, who is serving them and where are they hanging out? Number 3, what are they missing? Whoever is serving them, what is he or she not doing? Number 4, how do you get their attention? What's your bait and or free offer to them? What can you put in their face which is going to get them to bite? What is that one thing you can suggest to them and they're like, you know what? I'm going to get in. When they get in, they give you an email. When they give you their email, guess what? Their system kicks in. You begin to sell to them. You begin to nurture them. You begin to serve them. All right? Those questions are important for you guys. And then ultimately, oops, I missed that one. I got to sort of, what are the results that you're going to get them and how you're going to serve with excellence? You know, guys, that that is my mantra. You got to serve with excellence, because I know it will guarantee your future success. It will guarantee your future success. Okay. Now, in its simplicity, that might be one of the most important things that I've shared with you here. And as you know, for the last 10 days, 11 days, I've given you 40%. I don't know what your excuse is going to be. We have 2 days left, okay? And then it's gone forever. And yesterday, you know, Helen was telling me, oh, we need to give these guys time to think about it. I agree with her. We'll give you guys time to think about it. We'll stop this for a little while, for maybe 2 or 3 days, allow you to have your Christmas, enjoy time with your loved ones, and then we'll do what we have to do. After the Christmas period, i.e. the 31st, the 40% goes away, period. Okay, and then we go back to the real deal. All right, okay, so there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Now I shall take some more questions. Okay, yes, please, avatar questionnaire. Okay, screen. Yes, avatar questionnaire. Okay, we're not here. Okay, any other question, comment, observation that you might want to ask? Mercy Kaduri, how you doing? It's good to see you. You come in and run away. You come in and run away. Richard Dost, what are you saying? Nulu, you have a question, but of course, talk to me. What is the question? Nulu, over to you.
Thank you, Coach. I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So one is about, you mentioned that because I work with teenagers, I should focus on Instagram. But actually, yes, I coach teenagers, but actually, my kind of target audience is the parent.
Yes.
Because I'm helping the parent to help their daughter or son to make the right choices and deal with teenage challenges.
Yes.
So like my focus is on the parents. So I just wanted to mention that.
Let me just explain why I was saying that. Most of the challenges and things that teenagers are going through can be seen on Instagram. If
Yes,
you're
Coach.
going to keep updated on what's going on and what pain they're going through and what, you're going to get some kids telling you, but I saw so-and-so on Instagram. Oh, I saw this on Instagram. Now, if you haven't been there and you don't know, then it will be difficult for you to be able to solve them out. What I meant was, for example, I like to hang out on LinkedIn and Facebook. even if most of my clients are from Facebook, but I know what the professionals are talking about. I know their pain. I know what people are writing about in the blogs. I want to know what else is going on. I don't want anybody to know more about my niche more than anybody else. Now, your teenagers and their problems, most of them you will find out if you look at their profiles on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, in that case, yes.
Okay.
I thought you meant in terms of the parents. Okay. So the second question is if you could kindly share the first slide again.
What was that about?
It was about okay, it was about that statement of my target. I help teenagers. Yeah. So for me, I think I'm struggling a bit with that, because for me, for example, my statement is I help teenagers to deal with teenage challenges and make the right choices. Now, when it comes to the without, I don't know, without what now?
You don't have to have it.
Pardon?
You don't
Pardon?
have to have it. You don't have
Oh,
to have it. Okay, for example, give me your statement again. I help teenagers.
I help teenagers to deal with teenage challenges and make the right choices.
So that?
Okay, so that they can, okay, I didn't have that part. So that they can, of course, so that they can live their dream life. Because, okay, if you mess up your teenage years, so that means, oh, of course, even if you mess up, you could, but it would be hard for you. So if you make the right choices in your teenage years, if you build your self-esteem in your teenage years, that means in your adult years, you'll know what your dreams are, you'll believe in yourself, and you'll pursue your dreams without having made mistakes of maybe becoming pregnant, getting into addictions and all that.
Without what?
Pardon?
You just said they'll be able to do things without what? Without making what? Mistakes. Isn't that what you just said?
Yes.
But
yes.
You just told me you don't have the without. Are we together? Nulu.
Yes.
I help teenagers to do what?
Deal with teenage challenges
without making
mistakes,
so that they can live
so that they can live their dream life.
Okay, how is that?
It sounds good.
Also, without should be for the parents, because remember, they pay.
Yes.
So they could be something so that they can live their dream lives without making silly mistakes, so that they turn out to be responsible, young, successful people.
Yes, true.
So that, you have to put something for the parents. Does that make sense? We're going to work on it. It's going to get better, but you already have it. You just said it. And I knew every time I have this conversation, it always eventually comes out, because you might not be aware of the without, but you will use it in your daily language. Because all parents are hoping that, oh my God, I really hope my children don't make mistakes. That's what all parents think about. Oh my God, I hope my children don't make the wrong mistakes. They don't get into the wrong groups. They don't start to smoke, So those are already there. All you're doing is bringing them to the fore, so that people are aware that, you know what? This lady has got a business that helps teenage girls and boys to make the right choices without making silly mistakes, so that they can be successful young citizens. Now, the teenagers will read that and it makes sense. The parent who's going to pay you will read that and will like it. How many of you on here have got teenage boys or girls, and if they had what Nulu just said, they would like to speak to her? How many of you? Okay, Lorraine, does it make sense? Okay, who else? Who else out of the people who are here, where if you had a young girl or whatever, okay, actually Sonia has also raised her hand. Doing great and following my network is a bit unstable. Okay, Mercy, thank you. Okay, Nolu, have I answered your question? Are you good? Wonderful. Okay.
Yes, coach. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question, comment, observation before we go? Richard, okay, hi Phil, I'm from the UK, living in France and coaching people who want to present and pitch and who need to break through the next level. Quite often I work with women who want to speak up in the male world, or non-native speakers of English who want to share the message to the world. You are right, though I need to find the without. Thespeakingflow.com. Hey Richard, just drop me a line. There is not really a question, just saying hello. Thank you. I appreciate it. Richard, it would be nice to connect a bit. Okay, it would be nice to connect. Okay, without the doubt, without the internal negative language, without fear of judgment. There's a lot of withouts there. So there's quite a bit, but we can have a conversation over a call without a doubt. So thank you for that. It's good to see you participating. Who else? Who's Mandy B? Mandy B, you are missing in action. Who else has got a question, comment, observation? Anything you might want to ask? No? Lorraine. Yes, Lorraine, please.
Okay. If you have like Nulu, where you actually have two clients. So
Yes.
you have the teens
Yes.
and you have the parents, or you might have the leader and you might have the company or whatever.
Yes.
So because you want the teen to buy into this, because even if the teen buys into this, they will nag their parents to buy this for them. So what do? Well, you have to make a choice to whom you are going to market, or are you going to market to your teens and to the parents? What do you do like in a case like that?
What do you think, Lorraine? Considering,
Say again?
considering that you're in business to make money.
I would do both, but so it's again time, and then I say you must narrow your niche. So yeah.
Who is going to pay?
The parents. But the teens are the one who's going to nag you.
Yeah. Guess what? You got to get the parents to buy in, okay? To feel the pain and pay. And then your job is to inspire the teenagers to take the course, to take the work, to do the work, by making it fun, by making it about them, by doing the things that their parents are not doing, by listening to them, by giving them the opportunity to express themselves. Those are all the things you do when it comes to you selling it to them. But ultimately, the program is for parents, because it's the parents who are going to get the teenagers there. The teenagers are not actually worried about if they're going to make mistakes. The people who are worried that they're going to make mistakes are the parents. So
Other parents to coach.
Yeah. So ultimately, you want the parents to know about you, to know what you can do. Then they will go and tell their daughters, "Hey, guess what? I need to go and meet this person." Now, the first time they tell them that, you know what the kids are going to say. "Oh, do I need to?" Especially teenagers. "Oh, who is she?" When. Now, your job is when they do come to you, you are fun. You are in their realm. You understand them. You are listening to them more than their parents are doing. How many of you realize you're better parents to other people's children than to yours? It's just a natural thing. All right. So, hi, coach. Did not receive yet our strategy call. Are we still on? Yes, sir. Sagren, we are. It's just that usually this one takes, but as soon as this is done, 22:30, I think it'll be 21:30 for you guys. We're in. We shall have a chat. So in half an hour. Okay. Any other question? Victor, you're very quiet. What's up? Are you good? How's Lagos, by the way? You Lagos, where are you? Today you're wearing a coat and suit.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm in a function, that's why. But I have to join the class.
Ah, okay. I see you're very smart today. Well done. I like that you're showing up. I see you're being a real guy today. Good. Okay. Let me see.
Yes, coach. So I wanted to ask a question.
Oh, now you want to ask because I've called your name. Before you did.
So when it comes to niching, I think I always confuse what I want to teach, maybe my expertise or my experience, the need of the audience, with the target audience. So I'm always zooming into what I want to teach. I'm consumed by my content, by the course I've created, and most times not, the real need.
Yes.
And when it gets to trying to figure out the need, it can get a little bit very confusing because I feel I can solve this problem, I can solve this problem, I can solve this problem, and I end up, crashing.
Yes.
So what advice will you give to me, really? I don't know.
Okay, Victor, I think we've alluded to this before. Even in our first conversation, we did have, I know what your challenge is. I don't even know why you're waiting to pay for this thing. Put your face back so I can talk to you while I look at your face. I can pitch you properly. I need to pitch you while I can see your face. So this is the deal. Okay, Victor, number one, the biggest challenge with most of the speakers, trainers, consultants out there is they come up with stuff that they think is important. That's the number one thing, and you know it. Whereas we know that we must come up with what the market wants. That is very, very important, Victor. What does the market want right now? What is out there in the market? Number two, if you looked at my presentation, black crabs and blue ocean, okay? What is that burning problem? Look, when people call me for team building, sometimes the bigger problem is leadership, for example. Some people can call me and say, we have a leadership problem, but I know it is a culture problem. Now, what do I teach? Okay, if I showed you my consultancy for culture change, it includes leadership, it includes sales, it includes team building, it includes coaching, it includes finance. Because I know all those 5 things are crucial to get the bigger thing. So you have to ask yourself a question with what I'm teaching right now. Number one, what does the market want? Okay, in the last 4 or 5 years, the big thing in the market has been culture change. But culture change cannot happen without great leadership. Great leadership is not going to happen if leaders don't have the ability to be leaders, servant leaders, rather than leaders of title. Now, I sell culture change, but I'll do leadership training. I'll do coaching. I'll do mentoring. All those things will eventually get everybody what they want. By the way, I never tell guys that I am going to come and do a culture change training. No, I tell you that I am going to bring what we call the rapid influence system that is going to increase your profits by 20 to 30%. Tell me one leader who doesn't want that. And then when they say how, then I say by doing culture change, by doing mentoring, by doing coaching. I break it down so that they get, but I don't break it down on the phone. I break it down when I have come to you. It is the same thing I was sharing with Sterling. Say something that is going to get you in the door. So your conflict right now is because of your ego of putting yourself first before the client. Now, don't discard what you already know. What you already know is great. Ask yourself a question. What do I say to get in the door first? Whatever it is, then you can put everything that you have at the back. Remember, we only make money if we answer people's burning problems. We only make money if we are actually really answering people's problems. If we had time, I would go and do the same thing that I did with Sterling. If I went to the internet right now and I Googled right now and I put in whatever, leadership training, I'm telling you, we're going to have, maybe 1 billion searches. Now, that means you're competing with 1 billion searches. It's impossible. Narrow it down. What are people actually feeling pain of right now? Low staff turnover, lack of productivity. Okay, so then you become, I am the productivity expert. But when you get in, you're going to teach time management, you're going to teach health, you're going to teach other. You guys came here and I was telling you about building a business, but how much stuff have we spoken over the last 10 days? That has got nothing to do with building business. And how many of you have found that more useful? Because I know you need it. Like yesterday's session, I know you need that if you're going to make sales. But if I told you that, guys, we're going to talk about optimization, you'd have said, what the hell is optimization? I just want to know how to build a business. Do you guys get it? Victor, is that okay? Does that make sense? Victor, you need to get in the call. You need to jump on the call so we talk. I need to take some of your money for next year so that you can make 10 times more. That coat you're wearing is,
I'll be glad. Yes, coach.
yeah, you better
Thank
come on
you.
board, my friend. Okay, what else? Do you guys have any questions? That was, let me see. It is clear from what you're saying, finding one's niche involves giving your client what they need. How do you discover their burning problems? Jen Francis Alowo, we give you 14 questions that you send out to your prospective clients. You will ask them. And then we also give you ways of going to research and find out what they are actually looking for. Okay. The 14 questions are pinpointed to help you to find out, the burning desire of somebody. When somebody comes to you and they want to stop smoking and you tell them, I will use hypnotherapy, they will think, what is that? I don't care what that is. All I want is to stop smoking. I don't care what you're going to use. So the 14 questions help you to understand what people actually want vis-a-vis what you want and what method you're going to use. So yes, it always stems from niche. After that, when you find out your niche, it's a group of people with a burning problem where you have a solution and you can get paid for it. When we figure that out, then everything else falls in place. It's very difficult to market if you don't have a great niche. Okay, so involves how do you discover the burning problems? Hey, there's a link that Hassan just put out there. If you could just get onto it and book a call and we can have a chat. Okay, Jen Francis, we can have a chat and I can give you a little bit more about how to do that. Okay, let me see. I will say thank you, Richard. TY, I now realize what my big mistake was when I was trying to do imago counseling. Okay, image counseling. Yep, there you go. Okay, guys, any other question? Until next time, which is tomorrow, I want you to know that you have the audacity to live life on your terms. Until then, peace.